So in the last video, we talked about grooming and the things I do in the morning right after I woke up. So the next thing we should talk about is about moving, and this could be a really unstressful thing to talk about because it's not that big of a deal. It's not that complicated. So it may take longer than the aspect of the grooming aspect, but it's much simpler. So the next thing after I groomed, right, after I brushed my teeth and did everything relating to this schedule point, we're now at about, I don't know, um, depends on when you woke up. It should be about like 10 or 5 minutes. No, I think about 5 minutes or 10 minutes after you woke up. Let's say 5 minutes. And let's say you woke up and you didn't stand up right away, right? You stayed in bed for like about 5 to 10 minutes, and I actually can recommend this not to actually snooze and fall asleep again, but like think about your situation and like try to get in the world again, like try to actually wake up your body with thoughts, like with actual thoughts, like gain the consciousness about that you are awake right now, that you should be awake right now, and you slowly like feel through your whole body, and then you stand up. This is another key aspect. Maybe another aspect you could do. It's not optional point. So what's the thing about moving, right? So you brush your teeth and now you should like you feel the night throughout the night your bones are a little bit like stressed. You maybe you had some dreams, and maybe you had some like some sleep issues which we usually come are confronted with in our like sleep night and our night sleep. So your body may feel a little bit like a little bit stiff. Like this is normal, right? Everyone feels a little bit stiff. Then what you shouldn't do is letting this stiffness of your body into your morning routine, like into your work. Like we're slowly progressing to the work aspects, which I always do in the morning. And we do not want to start our like deep work, our specific task, or whatever we want to do today, whatever we want to create today, whatever what we want to learn today. We need a little wake up moment. Like we need to wake up our body. This is like, for me, this had a really much, like a really positive impact on my ability to focus and to concentrate. So what I'm doing is this thing called primal movement. And I think primal movement is what's like which is describing it the best. So sorry for the sound quality change, and now I actually like put on my microphone. I'm sorry. So what is primal movement? So primal movement essentially is definitely not weighted workouts, but body weight, rather a body weight workout, right? It's focused on your body weight. It's focused on not so elaborate, cumbersome, like cumbersome movements. It's rather like most of the workouts are done on a circle, which is about like 2 meters of a radius. And on this kind of radius mat, you can do a lot of different exercises which can help your body to wake up and to get back into the real consciousness, right? We transfer from our sleep state, our like dreamy consciousness, where we faded away completely out of earth, back into our body, and we need to feel our body. So this kind of primal movement where it's also like I wrote down mobility, of course, but active recovery. So we are actively recovering our body from the work we did the day before. And it's also what's really funny about it, and why I do this rather than yoga, for example, because yoga, I don't know, yoga is heavily like it heavily focuses on stretching, but in a weird kind of way where I'm not that stretchy, right? So I do not like certain kind of exercises, but on primal movement there's a much more creative, like it's really creative aspect. And I'm not thinking in terms of stereotypes, but yoga seems to be um, like published by or done by like women, right? I really don't want to be stereotypical, but the animal movement is is done mostly by men, because it's a different kind of way of approaching exercise in the morning. So it really helps to wake up your body. It really helps to, and it's not, you don't even need to like push hard. You don't do pull-ups or um, push-ups, like really, really hard exercises, right? You rather have a kind of movement flow. And there's another really interesting term, which is, I think, locomotion, which is done by Ido Portal, and this is a equivalent. It's really similar to the primal movement, which is mostly done by a man called Callan Milet, and I definitely recommend all of the videos by Callan Milet to go through and look through. So the next thing which you should do right after your movement. So I do the free movement or the primal movement, whatever you want to call it, or locomotion. I do this for around 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. Most of the videos aren't 10 minutes long. They're about 10 to 15 or 20 minutes long, but you can slowly learn the key movements and try to like create your own movement flow. And this is really where things get really interesting, where you do not like clone and copy all of the exercises the person you're looking the tutorial from is doing, right? You rather go by feeling, and what is like what you gain the consciousness from your body back, which means that right you have explicit movements, you have much more intuitive movement um, related to your own issues or your own needs, which is much better than like just copying and it's insane, right? So there's another video by Jeff Cavalier. I think this is the guy from how's it called, Athlean X, and this guy talks about has a really interesting video about why you should do hanging every morning. So hanging and pulling, right? I could also show this exercise.